Hello and welcome to Froggity Frog Crochet and this stitch guide on how to crochet the granny stitch. So this is the version where it's made in rows. You can also do it in squares as well, but this is where you do it in rows and you can either carry on it in one colour or multiple colours. So for this stitch, you're going to need a foundation chain in multiples of 4 plus 4 plus 2 for your turning chain. So to start your granny stitch, you're going to be making a double crochet in the 7th chain from your hook. 4, 5, 6, and 7. So make your first double crochet in there. So this gap here, we're going to be using as a stitch in the next row. Okay, so you're supposed to have a nice big gap there. So this counts as a chain one and a double crochet and a skip stitch. That's why your starting turning chain is so long. So after you made that first double crochet, make another 2 double crochet in the same stitch. So you're going to have 3 double crochet in that first stitch of the row. Okay. So then you chain 1. You're going to skip 3 stitches, and in the next stitch you're going to make 3 double crochet. So the granny stitch is all about making these clusters of 3 double crochet with a chain 1 in between. And the only time you deviate from those 3 is the start and end stitch of the row. So after you've made your cluster of 3, chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, then make another cluster of 3 double crochet in the next stitch. And that's your repeat for this row. Chain 1, skip 3 stitches, make 3 double crochet all in the same stitch. And you do that until you reach the end of the row. So when you get to the end of the row, you're going to have 3 chains left. So you're going to skip 2 chains and then make a double crochet in the last stitch of the row. So you're only going to have 2 skip chains for that last stitch. And that's row 1. So row 2, we turn, chain 1. Make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch of the row. So I'm just going to mark that with a stitch marker. So now we're going to be making all of our stitches between the groups. Okay, so after make our turning chain, we're going to start in this group here, but for our first group of this row, it's only going to be 2 double crochet because our turning chain is actually the first stitch of this group of 3. So we're only going to be putting 2 double crochet in that chain space. So together with that turning chain, we now have our first cluster of 3. Chain 1, skip the double crochet and go to the chain 1 space. And around that chain 1, so we don't work into the chain, we work around it, make 3 double crochet to make your next cluster. Okay, so they all sit in that space. Chain 1, skip ahead to the next chain 1 space and make 3 double crochet all in that same space. And that's 3. Chain 1. So that's all you're going to do for row 2. 3 double crochet in the chain space, chain 1, skip to the next chain space. And we're going to keep going until we get to the end of the row. So we're back to row 1 gap here. So into this space, we're going to make 3 double crochet. Okay, so once we get this all settled out, you're going to have that gap there. because that's a chain 1 space, double crochet turning chain, and a chain 1. Don't worry, it's all going to even out at the end. So row 3, turn, chain 1. Make a double crochet turning chain in that first stitch. Just going to put a stitch marker in. So for our first stitch of this row, we're going to skip straight to the chain 1 space and make 3 double crochet. And chain 1, skip to the chain 1 space and make 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, skip to the next chain space. So this is doing the same as we did in row 2. The difference is how we start and end the row. But the pattern in between of the 3 double crochet in the chain space, chain 1, skip to the next chain space is exactly the same. So once we get to the end of the row, so I've worked it into the final chain space of the row, then to finish the row we're going to chain 1, and in that last double crochet, so it's into the actual stitch of the last cluster of the row below, we make a double crochet. Okay, so row 4, we're going to turn, chain 1, and make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch of the row. Okay, so the double crochet turning chain counts as the first stitch of the row and the first stitch of our next cluster. So in the chain space, we're only going to make 2 double crochet for this first chain space because the turning chain counts. So now we have our group of 3 double crochet. Chain 1, skip to the next chain 1 space and make 3 double crochet. So this is really a repeat of row 2. So the only difference between rows 2 and 4 is how we end the row, because we don't have that big gap that we had left with our turning chain for our first row. So we'll repeat the pattern. So 3 double crochet, chain 1, skip to the next chain space until we get to the last space of the row. So in this last chain space, you're going to make 2 double crochet, and then to finish the row and make the 3rd double crochet in our cluster, we're going to make a double crochet in the last stitch. So we actually use the loops to finish the row. So that last stitch counts as a 3rd stitch in that cluster. So to continue the granny stitch, you're going to be repeating rows 3 and 4. And there is your stitch guide on how to crochet the granny stitch in rows. So I'd love to see what you make with this stitch. Please do come and show us over in our Facebook group, Froggity Frogs Ribs and Stitch. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well for more crochet stitches, free crochet patterns, and crochet hints and tips as well. And if there's any stitch or crochet tutorial that you would love to see me make a video of, please let me know in the comments and your video could be made next. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time for the next video. Bye for now.